Recent studies showed that in the past 5 years, only 1% of day traders were consistently profitable and about 85% ended up quitting. As someone in that 1%, here's why I think most day traders fail. Let's start with stage 1, the education phase. Day trading is not a skill taught at school. It's something traders figured out over time and made courses on it. Whether they work or not, it doesn't matter. They're all out there with tons of different ways to make money in the market. So as a new trader, it's hard to navigate through all that information to find something that works for me. For example, let's say I want to lose weight, but I have no idea where to start. So I go on YouTube and I see some people are all about intermittent fasting, some are keto diets, some are vegan, and some might be on steroids trying to sell me shit. But there is a diet out there that should work the best for my body, and it's something I have to personally figure out. And the problem is, I may be trying to do this on my own by watching free YouTube videos or going on TikTok and trying to piece together this big puzzle without even knowing what it's supposed to look like. So if I'm hopping around different strategies, grabbing some information from this trader, some from that trader who may have different styles or diets, by the end of it, the puzzle I put together may look like a Picasso painting. I may develop all these beliefs that don't mesh well together. Imagine trying to become a lawyer without law school and not knowing that laws are different in every state. So the information I gather, some of that might not be useful to me in my state, but I start using it in court anyway and wondering why I'm not winning my cases. I mean, it's hard enough to become a lawyer with law school, but I'm going to be successful without it. And that's the problem. As I mentioned, there is no proper schooling. It's the wild, wild west out here with these courses. And some of us are making it even harder by trying to get by with as much free content as possible. And because there's no qualifications to get started, it's as easy as opening up a bank account. No wonder why it's so easy to fail. But okay, let's say I'm someone who decided to invest into my education. I found a trader who I'm willing to learn from and take the proper steps. Let's go to stage 2, the competence phase. Did you know that only 40% of engineering students make it through school? Why is it that they all have access to the same information and are told exactly what they need to do in order for them to pass, but still the other 60% either drop out or change majors? It simply comes down to discipline. It doesn't matter how smart or dumb, passionate or uninterested I am. If I have the discipline, it can make up for everything else that I'm missing. For example, let's say there's 3 versions of me and the goal here is to lose weight. First me is obsessed with working out. It's part of my lifestyle. Second me is the opposite, absolutely hates working out and loves to eat whatever and whenever I want. And third me is somewhere in between. And let's say we all start at 300 pounds. And if all 3 just has the discipline to stick to the same proper diet and exercise, guess what? All 3 of me will have the same positive results. But the first one to lose that discipline, even in the slightest, will start to fall behind. The mentorship I took when I first started, there were around 15 other traders there getting the exact same information I was getting, but today I'm the only one doing this full time. And it's not that I was smarter than everyone. I actually had the least amount of experience from the group, which actually ended up being a good thing. Because what I realized about the other traders that were there, as discussed in stage 1, they already had their own beliefs about trading from their past experiences, whereas I came in with a blank canvas. So I was able to stick to this new diet plan that we're learning, while the others still kind of mixed in their own meal plans. Like they would still use Bollinger Bands or RSI when this strategy has nothing to do with it. So that's the first thing. Then it comes down to work ethic. Who's going to put in the work, who's going to have the discipline, and who's not. Because we're all going to face failure along the way. It's just part of the learning process. But those who continue to push forward and persevere will continue to progress, while those who give up simply won't. Some may have to spend more time reviewing and asking more questions to get it, but all it takes is work ethic in the right direction. There's this misconception that day trading is an easy way to get rich because all it takes is a click of a button and some luck to make some money, which is somewhat true, but doing it consistently is the hard part, which brings me to the final stage, the adaptability phase. Okay, so now let's say I put in the work, I know the material, and I understand the reasoning behind every action I take, and I'm starting to make some money, some of that moolah. The problem now is that the market conditions are always changing, so the strategies that I learned today may not work well tomorrow. What the f***? So the biggest mistake I can make is trying to force my strategies in a bad market environment. Think of it like the weather. It's something I have no control over. So if there's no waves in the ocean, no matter what I do, I'm not going to have a fun time surfing. If there's no snow on the mountains, I probably shouldn't be snowboarding. There's seasons to these things, and the market works the same way. If I continue to do the same shit when the conditions are constantly changing, it's going to be hard for me to keep the money I made from when it was good. During the crash from the pandemic, almost everyone I knew made money, but how many of them ended up giving it back the following years? Different market environments. So if I don't know how to adjust, if I don't know multiple strategies that can offset the dynamic market environment, I may struggle to bring in a consistent income. Last year, I got into penny stocks for the first time, which did well, And if I didn't make that adjustment, I probably wouldn't have had a decent year. And the good news is that there's a lot of different ways to make money in the market with different instruments. There's stocks, there's Forex, there's crypto, which is why I'm actually getting back into some options trading. Not so much for day trading, more for swing trading. So if you're interested in some options content here on this channel, let me know in the comments below. So to summarize why I think most day traders fail, number one, either I'm not investing into my education or I haven't found the right one. Number two is lacking discipline, not sticking to the plan and mixing beliefs, being impatient and trying to make money before being competent. And number three is not being able to adapt to the ever-changing market and lacking multiple strategies. If you want to hear the full story of how I became a profitable trader, I'll link that video here. But I hope this was helpful, maybe even a reality check. This profession isn't for everybody, just like everything else, right? Not that it can't be done, but I believe that we should have some degree of passion in what we do. And if that's day trading, I'm here to help. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you on the next one.